Hello, today we are going to talk about the Henri Matisse cutouts, which you can complete in paper or digitally. I'm going to show you how you can complete a digital artwork in the style of Matisse, and it's going to be based on these two here. One is more geometric shapes and one is more organic shapes. So first of all, we will look at this artwork here. Now you'll notice that I've changed the background of my artwork, and then because Matisse has a lot of geometric shapes in his work, I'm going to go ahead and just add some different geometric shapes from the shape selection that's already in Seesaw. And then the next thing that I need to do is change the size, scale and direction of my shapes. So I need to personalise it all a little bit. And I also need to think about changing the colours. Some of the colours might actually work for you. You might decide that your background's not working for you, so you want to change that. But one of the key elements is going to be here with this Matisse inspired artwork is deciding what kind of order you want to have the artwork in and overlapping those shapes together. So really we want to sort of make our artwork belong together. So these aren't shapes that are just going to be randomly thrown anywhere onto the screen. I really want you to think about, well, where am I going to place these shapes today? How best are they going to work together? What is it that Matisse does in his artwork that I can see down here? Well, actually we can see some of the colour of the background coming through. And just having a play around with those different shapes until you come up with a composition that you're happy with. And then once you are happy with your design, you will then press the green tick in the corner, and then obviously you will send that off to us. The next style that I want to show you is going to be the more organic shape, which you can see from these leaf type shapes here, and how to go about creating an artwork like that. So that's a little bit more complicated, but not too much so. There's one of Matisse's artworks whereby he's actually got 4 different squares together, and they're all different colours, and he has those in a tile, and then he draws these organic kind of shapes over the top. So if you wanted to, you could base your work on that. If you didn't want to do that, you could do something else. I'm going to show you what that could look like right now. So I could either duplicate these if I wanted to be really particular and get the perfect right size, or I could just lay them out like I'm doing now. I'm now going to change some of the colours of these, try to keep it a bit more in style with the artist. And then I'm going to have a go at trying to create some of these leaf type shapes. So I now need to switch to my marker tool. I'm going to choose a colour that contrasts with orange, because I'm going to work in that box first, and we know that blue does that really well because it's opposite on the colour wheel. And then I'm just going to try to create that lovely flowing leaf type shape using my finger into that box. And that's me done. I'm going on to the next colour now. I know red works really well in contrast with this green, so I'm going to try and do another leaf type shape. This one looks nearly like a abstract flower. I'm going to have a go at doing another leaf type shape up here. If you wanted to change the nib size on your marker, then you're free to do that. I'm going to colour it in. And this works quite nicely if you layer up a couple of colours. They nearly look like paint splats, don't they, inside? And then last but not least, I'm going to do a real leafy type shape in this one. Really in keeping with the artist, I think you'll find. And before I'm ready to submit, I'm just going to change my nib size. I'm going to add in a few details. Not many, but there is one of Matisse's work that looks very similar to this. And I'm just going to do the same up at the top here. Just a little bit of detail in. And that's me done. So I'm ready to submit that. Now, if I wanted to do just a straight up organic shape, Then I will show you what I'm going to do with that one whilst I've still got this on this screen. So if I wanted to just create an artwork that really focuses on these particular shapes, I could, if I wanted to, just freehand draw in some of these shapes. Remember, you can choose any colour for the background. It doesn't have to be any of the colours that I'm using here. Marker tool is going to work really well for this. And you can start off with your shape in the background. I'm going to go for that real leafy type shape that you see on Matisse's work. And then get that coloured in. Oops. If you make any mistakes, don't worry, you can always press the back button. Fill in that shape. Now I'm going to overlap it with another organic leaf type shape in the background. This time I'm only going to do a very simple outcome for this one. And you can obviously play around. You don't have to do it first time right like I'm doing it here. You might decide that you need to have a few more goes at this in order to get the style that you prefer. And this time I'm going to do another nearly cactus type leaf type shape here. Remember, I'm doing it first time round. You might want to try a few times just to get it right for you. Just fill in those colours. I've just used 3 different leaf shapes. Obviously, if I wanted to boost my grade, I could focus on doing a few more. And then Matisse does quite often have a few polka dots in his background of his work, and sometimes he even has a little bit of detail in there as well. So I'm just going to add the odd bit of detail to that, and that's me done. I'm ready to submit my work. Have a look on PowerSchool Learning at all the different types of Matisse artworks. Even have your own search on Google and have a look at Henri Matisse's paper cutouts. There's so many ideas out there. You don't have to just do the ones that I've shown you, but this is a good start. If you want to create something a bit more complicated, then have a little look online, because he does do some artworks which are really nice that also include swirl type shapes that he also includes over the top of his work that look quite good as well. I hope you enjoy this activity, and I can't wait to see what you come up with.